Hello, we're back and we are at,
Where are we?
we are at the Saw Doctors. And yeah, we're here with Andrew and his father, Brett, and you are the Saw Doctor.
Afraid so.
And we brought him our problem. So today's video is going to be, we're going to be working on our saw blade. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things today. You're going to be doing some sharpening, some saw hammering, and then here's our spare blade. And we're going to be changing out the bits and shanks, and we're going to go to a regular style shank, and we're going to go with a carbide, the Simon's Dominator in there. So we got a lot of ground to cover here, and what's our first step here?
I guess we'll just start working on that saw, trying to clean it up and change those bits and rings and bits and see what it looks like.
Well, let's get started.
See what it needs.
All right. Well, the first step is get the saw clean. Well, that's looking good.
Good as new.
Yeah.
Not yet. It will be.
So yeah, got rid of all that dirt and grime and
Cleaned up nicely.
yeah, and yeah, you'll have to show that serial number here in a bit.
Yeah, I'll show you that serial number. Yeah, we'll just get that right now. Let's just look at that. It's on the other side.
But I said,
Let's see, where's that? Yeah, right here is the serial number. You get to where you can see it. It's a 56-inch saw. It's a 6/8 gauge with 52 bits. Serial number's 28315. 600 RPMs. They made 9 of these. This is 2 of 9. When they made these, they probably made 9 of them at a time, and this is number 2 of 9 that they made.
So if you have a saw, you got to learn how to decode it.
The decode.
And yeah, it's there's a lot of information in that stamp. I never realized that.
Yeah, that's all. The whole serial number tells you all about it.
They said the saw looks really good.
Yeah, that's not too old a saw, really. 28. I mean, it's, I don't know what year, but they're up to about 35 or 36 now, I think. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to tell how many they make a year or what, but it's not terrible old. All right, we're going to change these bits and shanks. This is a 2-piece. This is the bit and the shank. It's just 2 pieces that goes together. Pull my glove off here.
And why are you wearing a glove? What's that story?
At one time, I didn't wear a glove, and this pin broke in the wrench as I was putting bits in, and I slapped my hand down over this and stuck that bit in my hand.
Ooh.
And it was about a $500 mistake. So a glove is really cheap when you're doing that. But this is a ring and a bit, and they just go together like that, and just slide in there. This bit's kind of spring steel, and it just slides down in there. But we're changing this. This is a super shank. We're going to change to a regular shank. This don't have the, I can hold those. This has got this big round piece here. This does not. When this bit's on this one, it looks like that. And the bit on this one leaves a little notch right here. And this stops the sawdust from swirling. So it's a little bit of a different combination. This is the preferred method. This can be run, it's not preferred. This is the preferred, it keeps that dust from swirling.
And that's if you're running a stand-all bit.
A stand-all bit.
Yes, which carbides are stand-alls.
Right, and this is the better combination. So that's what he's switching to, is a little better combination.
And then here's a picture of it in the saw. We got to get all the way to there. And you can see for yourself when it's installed in the saw blade. So And then he's going to put a little bit of oil in there, and he uses just nothing more than a screwdriver.
Number 2 Phillips screwdriver. But I dip that in a little bit of oil and put in this socket here. Get my finger moving around. And these go in pretty tight too.
And you can see why that would snap.
Down in there.
And then eventually he'll go through and he'll seat them, but he's going to get them all in the blade first. So
They just roll out. Change it and put it back.
and he's done literally thousands of these, tens and thousands of these.
Not terrible.
So it. And you said you're pretty busy right now.
Yeah, we've got a lot to do right now. We're pretty covered up. I've probably got 20 head saws in here right now to work on.
Yeah, and if you look around the shop here, there are saw blades everywhere in here, and these are all waiting to get doctored up, literally.
Andrew just said they're in an off week.
Yeah.
Things are not really zooming here right now.
And we're gonna get with Andrew here in a bit, and he's gonna put an edge back on our chop saw. But yeah, everywhere you look, and you wonder why they call him the saw doctor. Yeah, you look around here, look all by the door. This is actually a slasher saw for cross cutting. And it's got a whole different style, but. Well, I'm here with Andrew right now, and he's going to work on a chop saw blade. And what is this machine?
This is what we call a top grinder. It grinds the top of these.
Okay. And you're going to do 1/2
Yep.
every other tooth,
Yep.
and then you'll come back and go the other way.
We'll have to rotate this
So
head over.
if you look at this, you'll see he's ground that side, and then when he gets through the whole saw, he'll come back to the other side. So we'll watch him grind a few. And then he said you'll come back and you'll do the face next.
Yep, we'll do the face on another grinder.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is how this is done. All right, 1/2 is done.
That's what all we done was turn this head over to get on this alternate bevel over here.
Okay.
So we'll just go on this side for a while. Okay, so we switched grinders over here. That other one was doing the tops. Now we're gonna do the face of these bits. So we just right there, hit the face off, and then go on down to the next one.
Do that 60 times.
60 times. It takes a little while, but there's no alternate to these face. Every one of them's flat.
Okay.
And we just hit them. So we'll get started here.
Now watch how he turns that
Yeah. I got my extender arm.
on. I like it. Let me get over this side where we get a little bit better light, and you can.
We have to dress this wheel.
He's getting, like when I sharpen my blade, I get that gunk out of there.
A lot of people, when they put these in, will take the wrench and they'll hit this in. You see that down in there. that's fine. I've done that a many times. I'm just putting in one or two, but I'll use like a steel rod and a hammer. And you can actually hear this,
Oh yeah.
but it's not solid until the second time. The whole lot solider than the first. You can actually hear it seating that ring down in there. When you put that in, that ring is kind of spring steel, and you're cramming it down in there and making it stay. So you need to do that definitely when you change bits. They call it seating the ring.
Like a machine.
Marco Proud, when I make a list wreck and hit one of these new carbides and break it, I'll feel like that. You can hear how solid that is now.
Yep. So it's all by sound and feel.
The sound and feel. And then I always take, and this ring may not line up exactly with this bit. So I always take and make sure this ring and bit are in line. So if you'll, like this was over this way a little bit, I'll hold this against this and hit it right here and push that ring over to make sure they're straight in line. If that bit's out of line with the ring, it actually turns the bit a little left or right.
And that gives you scoring in the face.
So that's right. It gives you scoring on your cut. So if you'll straighten that up, you'll get a lot better, smoother cuts. So I always take and push them from side to side. You can feel it with your fingers. If it's out, just want to make sure it's right there together. Some of them will be, some won't be, but you need to check it.
So there's more involved than just shoving a set of bits in there and walking away.
Yeah, it's a little more. Well, just get a better job. Just get a better. Don't take but a second. You'll get a whole lot better job. Smoother cut.
She was just in the tournament this past weekend. She was the best scorer. And Caroline was like 3 under.
When your rings get wore,
Her team came in second.
this will be a lot worse. The newer rings and bits are usually go in pretty good. As the saw gets wore, it'll be a little worse. This is a fairly decent new saw. It's not very old. But brand new rings and bits. So
Yeah, we get her tightened up and we're gonna have a new saw.
have a new saw.
And I think we're gonna switch this saw out when we get home and keep that BH Pain for a backup because we know it runs good.
Now that's smart to do. Check your saw before you need it. Or if you need it, you know you've got one that runs.
Yep. Well, what happened? Did they shut the power off?
No, they really didn't. That's what everybody asked if I didn't pay my electric bill, and they probably should. But I do this in the dark, and I get everything dark behind me and look out through this window, and I look under this straight edge. Look under this and see it right there. If you can pick that up, Mark.
Yep.
You see that little ridge right there?
Okay.
We can see that. So that's what needs to be worked on right there. And so you keep it dark behind you and look out and you can see this stuff under that straight edge. So that's what we're looking for, is these little ridges and right there. where this is out of level. So we'll hammer that and get that back into,
So your first
level.
object is to get the saw plate flat.
we're gonna get the saw plate flat, and then
Okay.
we're gonna work on tension.
Okay.
And you can't work on the tension until the plate's flat, because that is reading the, you'll be reading the plate.
Okay, I'm going to come around this side so that you actually will be able to see a little. You'll be able to see him a little bit better here.
Can you see what I'm doing from there? I don't know if,
But yeah, you see the piece of chalk he has.
yeah,
he's-
between my fingers.
Yep. So he is making areas that he's going to literally hammer.
Yeah, we're actually gonna hit this with a hammer on the anvil.
Yep. And you say hammer time, right?
Hammer time.
So I'm not sure how this is going to show up on video, but you're going to see it anyway. And it seems like it's sort of running in a straight path, huh?
Lots of times it does. Lots of times that ridge is in a circle. Sometimes you might find a section of it, but lots of times if something's happened, it's usually all the way around that saw.
Now, being this is a right-hand saw now, we are literally on the log side of the blade right now, right?
Yes, the log side.
So that's the side you work?
That's just, well, you work both sides.
Okay.
We gotta work both sides, make it level. But these saws are tapered. They're thicker in the eye than they are in the rim.
Okay.
So there's really not a flat. The saw is really not flat. You want the log side flat and the taper in the back.
Okay.
So you're actually pushing that back and forth to get that. And
All right, once he gets it marked, we'll show you him flattening it out.
right here is a perfectly flat place. There's nothing in right there. It's perfectly flat. Okay, well, anvil here, this is an anvil, a hard-faced anvil. And if I'm hitting directly on this anvil, I'm moving the metal, I'm tensioning it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got this pad between it. So what we're gonna do here is actually not mess with the tension, we're actually just gonna bend this saw
Oh, okay.
on the pad, and it's not really affecting tension. Because we don't really wanna work on tension now, we don't know what that is. So we just wanna get it level, so we got this pad on here, so we're not changing tension.
Okay.
It's gonna be a level in this saw.
And I'm learning something new.
We're actually bending this saw, is all we're doing right now, is just bending it.
Okay.
Hopefully in the right direction.
All right, he got it up situated on the anvil pad there. And what kind of hammer are you using there, Brett?
This is a combination hammer. This is a dog head. This side of this hammer is like for a knot or a bump. This spreads it in all directions. This face just spreads it one way. It don't spread it. This just spreads this ridge this way.
Okay.
So it's a combination hammer. I've got another dog head hammer. This was my grandfather's, a dog head that we just hit a bump or a knot, and it distorts that through the blade in all directions. And this hammer, this is a really unique hammer here. I'll show this. The handle is in it crooked for a reason.
Okay.
That is really amazing that they made this. It's made by Hatchet, but this is not, all these hammers are relieved on the corners so you don't cut a saw.
Oh, okay.
This saw has been cut a little bit with a hammer. So when you hit this, you're not wanting to cut the blade, you're just wanting to distort the metal. So but this hammer is made to when you drop this hammer, it is straight.
Oh,
I can't cut it. If I was cutting with the edge, I'd have to cut there. I can't get down here to cut with this edge. I'd have to be here.
okay.
This hammer is made that when you drop it, it comes down straight.
Okay.
So the handle is crooked to make the handle straight. So that's amazing that they put that eye in that angle. And this one don't have, this is a newer hammer. And you just have to kind of, it's relieved. This one you can see that all the edges is relieved. All of them's cut back and all of them relieved.
And that thing
These are actually,
got a nice shine on it from all the metal it hit.
yeah, these are actually saw hammers. You buy a saw hammer, they're expensive. These are expensive hammers. I bought this hammer probably in about 2000, 2005. I gave $600 for this hammer.
Wow.
And today they're probably more than that. And The amble under it is a chill face amble. They're probably $2,500, $3,000. But all this is hardened. This is all hardened steel, so it don't mellow up. It's harder than the saw.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to hammer this ridge.
All right.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just
Put your hearing protection on, everybody.
Put your hearing aids or your earplugs in.
There we
I'm going
go.
to follow this ridge right
All
here.
right.
Did y'all hear that?
All right.
You hear that, Mark?
I can't hear.
I heard that outside. I heard that shake.
What outside?
All right.
Okay.
Now he's going to check it again, I guess.
Yeah, we got to check this. We'll check both sides, and it'll take a little while. We just got to go over it and get all the imperfections out of it and get it level.
All right.
Yep. Right there, we got a little much right there. We'll have to go to the back side and bring that back. I got a little happy there.
Created a divot.
Created a divot.
But you got rid of a lot of it.
I got rid of some of it. We'll just go to the back side and bring that back a little bit. You never know the hardness of a saw, really, when you're doing it. About the time you get done, you'll know how hard that saw is. Looks good down in here.
That was very consistent.
Yeah, it's very consistent down there. Up here's a little bit of a, and part of that's me. I need to push that back a little bit.
Just showing off for us, that's it.
Yeah. A little hard with the hammer there.
All right. You're
Need to
going
come back.
to turn it around and
Turn around and push that back through. Got a little happy.
So again, that's the side you want to try to have flat. That's the side
The
that's
side we're
against the
working on
wall.
there, the log side. Yeah, the log side.
and people don't understand that these are hammered for left or right applications. You can't just switch. You can't switch one around.
And this looks like a whole lot right here, but it's not as much because the taper's in this side also. We've also got to take care of the taper, because the taper's in this also. So we just need to,
And then he put that
Really
little
going
he
by
put
that
that little
side.
line there to tell him where to start and
that's
stop.
where I'm starting and stopping at.
If you're wondering what that's all about.
Do you ever check?
Spread these licks out a little further because I don't need it to go so much as I
Right.
did to start with.
Yeah, he'll check it again. A lot less.
It's getting pretty flat, ain't it?
Yep.
This side's getting flat, right there leaves a little place. And you don't want to be holding this straight edge. Of course, y'all probably won't be doing this, but this straight edge is just, you're just holding it against it. I mean, I could just drop at it any minute. I'm not pushing
pressure.
on it, no pressure. You're just letting that lay there. And it's just a lay there. You're not really, if you start pushing, you know, you'll
can bend
where you actually start seeing the tension.
Yeah.
You know, you start seeing the tension show up if you're pushing this saw over. You want to keep that saw as straight as it is, and you're just letting this run by it. Yeah, just letting that run by it. Just, all the time I have to even catch my straight edge back up here.
And these straight edges, that's something you buy from a saw shop?
Yeah, I buy these. These are guaranteed to be straight.
Okay.
The saw companies make these, and you can send them and have them reground. They'll grind them straight for you, and but they're expensive. But the expense is the guaranteed to be straight.
Yep.
They grind and use surface grinding them, I guess, and making them straight. So, and every once in a while you'll replace them. You'll wear the corners off,
Sure.
and you'll have to replace them along. But yeah, there's some you buy from a saw company.
Well, the saw blade is now flat. Now, what are we checking for now?
Now we're looking at tension. We're flat, but we're reading the drop in this saw. This saw is supported here and back there. It's just floating. It's floating in the middle. It's just sitting here. It's just supported two places. So we're seeing how much drop this saw's got. So that's the tension. And right here under that straight edge, you can see a little light under here and none under there. Let me roll it to another place. Maybe you can get that this saw actually needs a little tension here. It actually needs to drop. I'm gonna push that down with my hand. If you can pick that up, and you can see what happens when I push that down and pull up. So that's what that saw needs to lay there in a natural state. It needs to be limber or in here.
Okay.
It needs to drop. This needs to drop down. And that's what you call tension. That's how much tension is in it. So I can change that by picking it up so I can get that line under there.
Yep.
But that needs to look like that on its natural state, not me doing it. So we're gonna put a roll of tension in it right here and make that bigger and make it sag, make it drop down.
Okay.
About right there. Got two wheels that we're gonna pinch that saw and stretch the metal. I've got it marked right here. We're gonna make a ring around right here at this X. So I'm gonna slide up here to these two rollers. There. And I'm gonna take this and we're gonna pinch this down right here.
Now, how do you know how tight to be?
Well, just trial and error a little bit, experience, and you just put a little pressure. You don't want to do a whole lot. I'd rather do this 3 times than 1 time too much.
Okay.
Because you do too much, then you got to go out here and redo it.
Okay.
So I'll just go a little bit. We may have to come back and do a little bit more. So if I have to do this 3 or 4 times, it's easier than overdoing it and then coming out here and trying to redo all of it. So we just got a little, right here's contact. I'm just putting that much right there. Then we'll go back to the bench and check it again. See how much we done.
All right, he's going to check it again.
Yeah, come back and see what we're looking like now. Yeah, you see how much this, mark him up.
Yeah, I'll come around here. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see everybody, but we're going to.
How much more that opened that up?
Okay.
How much further it got back here? We actually need a little bit more.
Okay.
But it actually opened that up. So we're going to come here and put just a little bit more in there.
Okay.
Open it up a little more.
All right, after 2 times in the stretcher roller.
Yeah, now look at this.
I'm going to come around
now
again.
Look at this line.
Yeah, see how much more light's there now? And that's what he's trying to achieve is the tension in the saw. And the way it's explained is as this saw comes up to speed, it becomes
Rigid.
rigid.
You're pre-stretching it to become rigid at the RPM it's going to run. So that's what you're doing when you're hammering and tensioning. You're making this saw become rigid. For this particular saw, 600 RPMs. So we're going to pre-stretch this saw to when it centrifugal force, it becomes rigid at 600 RPMs and sets and saws a straight line.
And what you're saying is if this saw was too tight, it's harder to It's harder to take the tension out than to put it in.
It's harder to put tension in than it is to take it out.
Okay.
It's harder to put it in than it is to take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's limber. So for some reason, I guess because you're working a smaller area, if you're taking out, you're out here on the rim, you're getting a big surface. In here, you have to kind of go back and work in a smaller area. So it's a little harder to put it in than it is to take it out.
Okay.
So, yeah. But this one's looking pretty close to what we want it to look like. It's looking pretty nice. We'd like to have just a nice little smiley face under there. From eye to the rim. And that's getting pretty much what we want. That's getting pretty much what we want.
All right, you done hammering?
We're going to true this saw up, make sure it's true, make sure it's running true. And I'll just take a board right here against it, and just like I guide. Just rolling right by there.
That'd be just like running in the saw
Just
guide.
like running the saw guide right there.
So there you go. We're going to come around the front here.
Come
And
around the front, maybe you can explain that, maybe you won't want to look right there.
But yeah, he got it on a arbor inside the shop here. And might be kind of hard to see, but he's just running the saw around on a absolute true collar. And he knows now that this saw is absolutely flat. The tension is correct in it. And the next step is get it home and put it on the mill and give it a
Go to sawing.
go to sawing. So,
Yeah.
well, let's go out and fire up your mill and let's cut a couple logs.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, yeah.
All right, we're out at the mill here, and this is a Meadows #2. And you said it's about 1985?
85 models,
Okay.
1985.
And our Edmondson's a 1985. So you do this before you saw, and you're just putting just regular oil.
Yeah, just a little oil on these, just a little oil on them slides, and on the slide, just make it pull easier before we got to pull it by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make it pull. Just all these slides.
And these actually were equipped with grease fittings on them, but the oil gets in there right now and does its work. And you can see the wasp are liking it. But yeah, this mill literally has no wear on it at all. This is really a well-kept mill. And yeah, you got your guard bees. And they got the power receiver on this thing, and if no one knows what that is, when he steps down on this pedal here, that treadle comes up, and that comes in contact with that wheel, and as he's coming backwards, it'll wind these knees open, so he can save a lot of time of ratcheting this back and forward. But you can also still switch from forward to reverse with the handle. You just twist it left and right. I did run a handset mill for 26 years. And he has the sawdust drag. He has a really deep pit here. And the sawdust drag takes it up to Mount Pine there. They got a big mountain up there of sawdust. And it looks like the sand dunes in a desert or something. That's a lot of... Okay, then here's his scale. A lot of stuff you don't see on his channel, so I'm just sort of walking around. I said, this looks so much different than when I watch his videos. And here's the backside here, where the husk is. And you can see how deep that sawdust pit goes down in there. And that chain just keeps coming around, and these little tiny paddles do all the work. And so he's running a, what's the pulley configuration?
9 and 27.
In 9 and 27. And he's running a 471 Detroit. And also this is a belt feed, so when you run that handle where ZZ's standing, that puts pressure on the belt both directions. Go ahead and run it back and forth. So that's your forward and reverse. That's reverse, and there's forward. So you put tension, and it runs the carriage back faster than it runs it forward. So it just makes it a faster mill. What do you run, a 56?
56 inch.
Yeah, 56 inch saw. And we'll go look at the old minibus motor. But this 471's putting out enough horsepower to run this. They're not running no hydraulics. And we're gonna fire a log on here in a couple of minutes and get sawing. So
Surveying tripods.
all right.
Check, Mike, check.
Check.
Okay, ready?
Ready, get serious.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Andrews Lumber. We've got some visitors here today. Yeah, I tell you
who they are.
I don't know. I ain't never seen them before. Where'd y'all say you was from again?
This is almost like a bad dream.
No, this is Mark and Mark.
Yes.
ZZ Mark.
Yeah, ZZ Mark.
Mark Galici.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, glad to have them here with us today.
Brought them a little bit of work.
Yes.
yeah, we brought them a lot of work.
Yes.
just a little bit. Yeah. That's we fixed our saw for them there. So maybe.
I appreciate it. We got our 56-inch saw is back in service, our spare saw.
That's good.
And
All going, and yeah, we're going to
Yeah. So now we're gonna saw some white pine.
tear and fire up and saw a little bit of white pine. We got some.
We got 2 little white pines. We're gonna saw some 1x10s out of.
and you're gonna have more help today.
We're gonna have more help.
We got help.
It ain't gonna be just us two.
Yeah, this will be
We-
a whole lot easier.
We ain't gonna know what to
is
think.
Brett doing the sawing?
Oh, yeah, I don't
well,
know.
if Brett does the sawing, you can just keep them boards a-flying.
We ain't decided yet.
Oh, yeah.
We might saw 1 and 1 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, like I say, we're glad to have y'all.
All right, appreciate you inviting us down.
No
Yeah,
problem. Anytime.
And like we do in our videos, this isn't getting done by talking about it.
That's it.
Let's
We're gonna have to get with
Let's
it.
get moving here. What do you got there? Ford what? What size Ford is this?
3550.
3550.
It's a little baby.
Sounds good. Oh, here we go. Taper out a little bit. This log got a little bit of taper to it. All right. I think you've accomplished your,
I think that'll do what you want it to do.
and yeah, I really appreciate the help here.
It was a day's worth of work for him.
Yeah, he,
It takes a little time to get it, and it takes time to, patience, just patience and work on it.
yeah, a lot of patience. He had to really kept going back and forth, and even just changing the shanks and the bits out took some time. And
Yeah.
but hey, if you like this sort of video, please give it the thumbs up. I'm going to try to bring you different content when I can, and this was a perfect opportunity. So we did a little road trip, and you know, it was a lot of fun. Go over and check out Andrew's Lumber on YouTube, and we did a couple sawing videos together, so it all worked out good there. But yeah, thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Andrew. And we're going to get the stuff loaded up, and we are going to be heading back to Pittsburgh. So thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one. Alrighty, bye-bye.